If you wondered where the next Seinfeld is coming from, look at Kid Gorgeous on Netflix.
There, John Mulaney stakes his claim to a new brand of comedy, one that boldly dares to call out anything remotely familiar and odd.
Shot at Radio City Music Hall, the special gives Mulaney, a former Saturday Night Live writer and sometime performer, ample opportunity to fill the hall. He doesn't shout his jokes, but he makes sure they can be heard, understood and appreciated. He also paces the stage like a man on stilts, taking broad, definite steps that suggest he's not running from anything, and owns the room.
The secret to his success? A routine that addresses everything from Patrick Stewart to church sermons.
His latter observations are particularly sharp. A priest's homily, he says, is basically a book report and also a stand-up comedy routine. The best slogan for a church service: it's an hour. He gets a little traction from his wife, too, who says going out with him is like walking around with someone running for mayor of nothing. She factors into a story about Best Buy and becomes his gauge for plenty of behavior. As a child growing up in Illinois, Mulaney and his classmates were subjected to talks from a detective, J.J. Bittenbinder, who could look at a child and guess the price of the coffin. Throwing out terms like stranger danger and street smarts, he could hold a preteen crowd with his words. He was the Bruno Mars of assemblies. Bittenbinder taught them how to hold their own in the trunk of a car and how to deal with second locations.
Using a Chicago accent, Mulaney lets Bittenbinder fill the Radio City stage. He's a character who holds attention better than a teacher with donuts. In college, he says, he majored in English and got a diploma for reading books I didn't read. Once out, he got calls from the school asking to give a donation. The education, as he figures it, cost him $120,000. What did you do with the money?
While Mulaney doesn't get overly political in the special, he does say Donald Trump is like a horse loose in a hospital. No one really knows how to react.
Now 35, a fact he mentions repeatedly, Mulaney doesn't pretend to be something he isn't. He talks about constantly being damp, like the back of a dolphin, and, sometimes, fearful. People change, he says. I smoked cocaine before my college graduation and now I'm afraid to get a flu shot.
Like a dad offering salient advice, Mulaney lets moments sink in before proceeding on. SNL was the perfect experience for someone so observational. He does great bits about Stewart and Mick Jagger and parts the curtain enough to realize gigs like that are meant to be savored and recounted.
Kid Gorgeous appeals on so many levels. One wants Mulaney to get a regular place to share his work.
He's too old school for most prime-time comedy situations.
But if Netflix is looking to expand its talk show portfolio, he'd be a great addition. Kid Gorgeous proves Mulaney is blue chip all the way.
Kid Gorgeous is now airing on Netflix.